Welcome back to part 2 of our series with WRLDINVSN. If you missed part 1, check out the link in the description below. In this video, we learn more about the in-depth details of what it takes when launching your own apparel line. Nicholas and Marlon open up about funding, selling online, and more. Before we get started, go ahead and subscribe to our channel and click on that bell icon. That way you never miss new content just like this. Our first video, we learned a lot about the heart and soul of WRLDINVSN, and so this video, I want just more information about the how-tos of running a business, and if you could just share some of your insight. And the first thing I want to talk about is sometimes you gotta have money to make money. And you have shared often about how much money you had when you started and how you grew your line. So can you just share with us about how to do that, if you could give advice to someone?
We suggest trying 2 methods. So we started off with 12 shirts and $120, and we literally just flipped it. You know, $120 to $240 to $500 to $1,000, and it was all trial and error. As we got bigger and wanted to produce more items, we had pre-drops where basically we would have our family members pre-buy the whole collection. We would basically use their money to buy the whole collection. They'll get all the items at a discounted rate, and then we'll still have items left over to sell for profit, to make money. Our top customers, mainly family members, were actually paying for the collections to get done, and they got the merchandise at a discounted rate, so they were happy, and then they funded the actual collection, and then we made money from it.
So break that down for me. You had the pre-drop. How many shirts did you sell, and then how many were you able to buy?
It was a bundle. It had to be like 10 shirts and 4 pairs of shorts, and they gave us, I want to say, like $500 or $300.
Yeah, but it was a couple of people, so just probably like 10 to 15 people, and allowed us to just buy everything.
Yeah, so we actually didn't come out of pocket with nothing. They invested in us because they were already going to get it anyway, too.
Right.
So they were able to invest in our business and get product at a discounted rate.
So when you guys first started 10 years ago with this, it was only the 2 of you, and now you've expanded to 30 employees, you mentioned. So how did you know when it was time to get help?
It's just like the day-to-day operations. So having to print orders, ship orders, that's something you gotta do every day. Like fold t-shirts and pick up boxes from the print shop. That's like something that anybody could do. So what we noticed is like the things that we needed to do for the company, that's what we had to focus on. So once we just mapped out the actual tasks that this is what you should be doing, this is what you should be doing, which is what nobody else could do. You just need to focus on that only. And like the things that anybody could do, as in ship an order, print an order, bring orders to the post office, we knew it was time to hire somebody for just those day-to-day operations.
We literally can't do everything. We literally started when Nick was sewing these tags on.
Yeah,
like,
I was sewing these tags.
Nick was sewing them on, I was cutting them and folding them, and we was packaging and shipping it out. But like, if we want to become big, if we want to, reach 10,000 people, it's no way possible that we had to realize that we can't do this by ourselves.
I want to talk a little bit more about choosing where to sell, and part of your business structure has been doing pop-ups. So why did you decide to do that, and when might it be a good time for someone to look into doing their own pop-ups?
I would say for us, it was just about putting out product, like selling as much as we literally can. And nobody else can sell our brand better than us at that time. Maybe other people can, training them up, but we know our brand, we know our product, so we felt that growing it, we needed to go out there and actually tell people about it. And I feel like as we were doing pop-up shops, we became more of a tangible feeling. We were able, to match our message online with the person that you was actually meeting, and actually able to meet our audience, instead of being online and seeing, just a name come through and where they're purchasing from. We're actually seeing people that want to support our brand, who they are, what they are already wearing.
Before you could go online, we always recommend just going out there and just start selling your brand on the streets. Like, you gotta get on them streets first.
Do you have an opinion about the difference between selling physically versus online?
We do kiosks right now. So we have kiosks that's in the mall, and it's just more effective for us. We don't have to pay light bill, we don't have to pay Wi-Fi. All we pay is for the rent, the team members, and for the merchandise. And we're already around people that's coming to the mall to buy clothes.
Right.
So it already puts us in position to make that sale.
And it's short leases. We go only 3-month leases, which give us time to say if we want to stay here or go somewhere else. So we do the kiosk structure. But I'm gonna say why I'm more on the digital side of like things is because it's only a certain amount of people you could check out at the kiosk at that time.
Yep.
We could sell 2,000 shirts in an hour. Other than like the kiosk, you can't hold nowhere near 2,000 shirts at that kiosk. Right.
Times a day.
You can't carry 2,000 shirts at a mall kiosk. You know what I mean? So it's only a certain amount of money you can actually make in that time span of being there. So with the digital, with the online space, it's literally unlimited. Like people could go in there as long as you have product.
Now, I also want to talk about doing drops because that is also a part of your business structure here. And we saw you drop a live shirt the other day and it just like exploded and blew all of our minds. So tell us about that.
So yeah, lately we've been dropping every Wednesdays and Saturdays, and that's just to continue as we build this audience. We build the audience off of selling 1 or 2 items and gaining a mass amount of people. Now that, you know, it's like they want the next follow-up album. We're putting out new merchandise for these people because they're hungry for it and they want to continue to tell people, oh, look what's new out. They got everything already, so it's time for them to get the V2 merchandise.
Do you feel like doing drops is a better scenario than doing the traditional, here's the spring collection and then we let the products run for a couple of months?
So I'm not gonna say that drops work better than that because we're always testing. Like you just never get away from testing. And I was actually thinking about that today, like how differently would it be if you just did 1 drop in that 1 month and then you just, you know, did some advertising campaigns for that collection and see how it go. We have a cap on it. You know, if you did a collection or something, you maybe could just keep on, you know, printing those items throughout that month and just allowing people to continuously to order. You know, it might be different. And then also with just advertising campaigns, you could probably let your campaigns extend a little bit longer. But the thing I do like about drops, we get to always create content. Like, you know, we're a brand, we get to always have something that we're doing. So it just keep people just involved.
Now let's talk a little bit about growth. And as you have expanded as much as you have, how do you manage to keep your brand integrity while continuing to grow?
We are, I say, hands-on for sure. Like we are very involved with just rules or how we want things, very particular, double checking everything, making sure we're not sending out stuff with holes, or making sure if we do have an issue that we address the issue properly when we do things like a pre-order. If we know something's like is an issue going on with a package, instead of waiting for the customer to hit us up, we'll go call them, we'll go email them first so that we can let them know instead of having them worry. And I think that we built up a loyal customer base doing things like that.
We just take care of the little things and we take care of our customers. We hold ourselves accountable and we just do good business like with just everybody. So I say that those are the things that we do hold ourselves to and what keeps, you know, the brand integrity up.
If someone's out there watching this and they're wanting to start their own business or their own shirt line, what are kind of 3 points that you want to give them from the stuff you've learned?
I always say this: invest. And it don't have to just be with money. I mean, you don't have to just invest money. Invest time, invest in yourself, invest in knowledge, invest in your friends, invest in your family. Continue to get knowledge, continue to listen to things like podcasts, continue to seek out mentors, continue to, you know, read books. Like you're gonna have to get some knowledge behind what you're trying to do for sure. And then my last thing would be your environment. Like who you surround yourself with, like what you're listening to, what y'all talking about. All the time. You know, it's okay to talk about things that sports and stuff, but you don't have to be serious every time. Right. But like who you ultimately surround yourself with is who you become. And I think if you want to become something, you need to hang around those things.
For me, I'm gonna say, for one, just start doing something. Like if you want to read a book, just start by reading a book tomorrow, today, right now, just start. The second thing will be, don't be afraid to fail, but also learn from your mistakes and learn from other people's mistakes too. And then my last thing would just be consistent. And that's one of the hard things that people do, because you could start off with firepower, you know what I mean? And then you could just go down. So it's like, continue to just be consistent.
I want to thank World Envision so much for being here today. They gave out so much great information. Please show them lots of love. You can head over to their channel and subscribe to it here on YouTube. I'll leave a link to that in the description, along with all their socials, so you can follow them there. Yeah, this has been just really informative information here. So just thank you so much for opening up and sharing all that.
Hey, thank you. And once again, I'm Marlon Wise with World Envision.
I'm Nicholas Clark.
Thank you guys.
Thank you,
World Envision, BELLA+CANVAS. We out here in Los Angeles having a great time. And we're going to give a shout out to Aria. I'm going to shout out my daughter. Thank you, Aria.
Shout out to New Orleans, man.
Shout out to New Orleans. And let's just keep being great. And I need everybody to trust in their vision. We out.